I was actually went through Munn all the way kindergarten through 5th grade. And that was only 5 to 6 years ago now, so that's kind of funny to think about. And then I went to Cosgrove until 8th grade, like most of you are probably going to go. But in coming back here, it's kind of funny to see all the teachers that are still here. You know, Mr. Swin, Mr. Fink, Mr. Kenny, Mr. Casito, all those familiar faces that never left. And, they've been building a relationship with me ever since I left. And even though they might not be happy that I didn't stick with Spencer Ford Schools, you know, they're still really great people for sticking with me. But today I'm here to talk to you guys about the Rachel Rally. And I kind of remember when I was here, I think it was just starting. So we weren't really too sure what it was about. But we started doing the links and the chains and stuff like that and learning about what it meant. And it was kind of a cool thing that brought us together, these kind of assemblies. But I'll remember it and a cool experience to share with you guys about compassion and that kind of thing. It's when I was in 2nd grade, and I'll tell you a story. Well, it's not. I'm not going to say it's a short story because it's not, but I'll try to condense it a little bit. And it's about my mom. So my mom's right there. All right. When I was in the 2nd grade, first of all, how many of you know what cancer is? Type of disease? Everyone heard of it? A lot of people get affected by it. Probably not you guys yet, but some of you know, some of you love. And when I was in the 2nd grade, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And it was me and my family. It's me, my sister, my dad, my 2 grandparents are here. And that's really the heart of our family right there. So during this time, you know, my parents were telling me and my sister what happened when my mom got diagnosed with cancer, and kind of all these big words. Some of the stuff, you know, none of us, I still don't even know what these words would mean. You know, you start hearing chemotherapy, radiation, and it's all scary stuff. And just the word cancer alone is really scary when you think about it. So even most of the stuff my dad has to remind me of, but I remember getting on the bus that morning, you know, crying my eyes out, really scared, no clue what was going to happen to Mom. And coming to school that day, that was probably the hardest thing I had to do because I did not want to come to school. You know, I was supposed to be the tough guy. I didn't want anyone to see me crying, let alone I was terrified of what was going to happen to Mom that day. I wasn't going to be able to be with her. But my parents took us to school, and I remember coming to school, you know, crying, and everyone was crying. And we knew that day my mom was going to have to go to the hospital and go through surgery and stuff like that. And when you're young, when you're your guys' age, surgery's scary. It doesn't really matter what it is. So that day, I remember the whole day. Miss Casito basically took me and my sister, who was, she was in 1st grade at the time. She basically took us in under her wing, and she showed us compassion the whole day and kind of made us feel like everything was going to be all right, even when we had no clue what was going on. So when me and my sister went to school that day, Miss Casito, we kind of stayed in her office so we didn't have to deal with class, but we couldn't be with my parents because they had stuff going on at the hospital that day. And, you know, kind of looking back at it now, I didn't really recognize the kind of compassion everyone was showing me because there was so much going on. But looking back at a situation like that now, and even years after it happened, it's kind of like, wow, all these people really cared about me. And, you know, sometimes you take it for granted that people care about you, and you know, just because they're your teachers, they're supposed to be watching you, but they really have a place in their heart for you. So that was the kind of thing, that kind of compassion I got out of that situation. And Miss Casito, she pretty much became my hero for that day, and all the teachers were heroes that day, and for the rest of the school year, dealing with this tough situation like that. So while that was going on, Mom was really the best thing that could have happened to me, compassion-wise, and supporting me. And that was just a great event. And that was when I was really young, so I really didn't know what was going on. So that was in 2nd grade. Now we're going to fast forward a couple of years. 5 years later, I was in 7th grade in Cosgrove now. And we find out that Mom gets cancer again. So I'm a little bit older now, and kind of when I was in 2nd grade, really the word cancer to me meant really bad things. And when I was in 7th grade and I saw Mom beat it once, I knew that she was strong enough, and I really had no doubts that she wouldn't beat it again. But obviously it was another scary situation. Now at this time I was playing football, and I was playing for the Ogden Bears. I don't know if does anyone play football yet for Ogden Bears? I don't know what that is. I was playing for them. And I wanted to figure out something I could do to show my mom support since the first time I was really too young and I know how much it meant to her. So after practice, me and my dad, we went out, we kind of had a meeting with our team and we said, you know, can you guys help us support my mom? I want to make her feel really, you know, comfortable and trying to take a lot of stress away from her this time. So we decided that it would be cool to have the team wear pink socks, pink helmet stickers, and just all the parents were wearing pink, you know, pink stars, pink shirts, because for breast cancer, the symbol's pink, pink ribbon. I'm not sure a lot of people know that or have seen it, and I know what it means. But the wave of compassion that came from that was, I still can't even, you know, comprehend how it happened today. And so all the parents and stuff were wearing pink to our games and stuff, and other cancer survivors would come up to me and my family, my mom in particular, and just share their stories about what was going on. But in 2010, my dad, he kind of surprised me. He submitted me for the Sports Illustrated magazine. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of that. To be one of the top athletes in the country. It's a contest they have once a year. And eventually things go on, and I made it to be, I was in the top 3 for youth athletes in the country, and I was in 7th grade. So I got so I was recognized for that, and it was kind of cool. I got my picture in Sports Illustrated, and I was paid a little writing about me. But the unique thing about mine that it wasn't just because I was doing great things in football. It was because I had a good story behind it, and all my teammates, my family, and I had a story about supporting my mom through cancer, and that's kind of what carried me. That's kind of what built my personality how I am now, and why I want to come and do things like this and talk to you guys about this kind of compassion. But now that mom's all healthy and clear of cancer, we volunteer every year, twice a year at cancer walks, and we try to stay involved with those programs because we know what other people are going through, kind of like how we went through. And right now, I play for Aquinas, like you saw in the videos at high school in the area, and every year we've taken a little boy, probably around kindergarten age, who has cancer, and he's really going through a rough time because it's a lot harder when you're younger. And we'll take him in and we'll let him hang out. He becomes our little brother. And we have a little boy named Tyler right now. He's 4 or 5. But so that's kind of a cool thing that's still sitting with me in terms of cancer and showing compassion to others in that way. But really, I don't need my favorites for this part. Since I'm still in high school like you guys are, so compassion doesn't have to be a big situation like cancer and something scary like that. You guys know it happens every day when you're walking through the hallways and, you know, see some, you know the people who are quieter and the people who don't really want to, you know, who aren't as comfortable as talking to others. Just say hi to those people and just be nice to everybody. And that's kind of a big part of my life, what I try to do, because a lot of the kids in my school, they'll see me on the news and stuff like that, and kind of start thinking things about me without even knowing me. So I try to put myself out there and introduce myself to all these people, and just let other people know that you're there for them, especially, you know, it doesn't matter if they're the same kind of person as you, if it's sports-wise, just as smart, you know, talented, artistic, in the choir, band, it doesn't matter anything like that. Just let them know that you're there for them, and then they'll go out and tell other people great things about you. And I've been privileged to have that happen with me at this point in my life. So it's just as simple as that. And I'm sure a lot of you have already dealt with situations. Maybe not as dramatic as the one I explained, but just situations where you need to show compassion to others. And just go out of your way to make other people feel uncomfortable if you don't know what they're thinking. You know, if we can do all this, and you're not going to be able to live in a perfect world, but just try to make other people feel welcome, and that would make Rachel Scott really proud. So thank you guys for letting me come here today and talk to you. Hopefully,